Okay, now in this video I will be showing you how to solve integration by parts question using the I method. Okay, integration by parts using the I method. Now we have a method in which we can also solve the following question using the formula. You can use the formula, you can use the I method. These are the two methods of solving integration by parts. Now in this video, I will be showing you how to solve all these three questions using the I method. Now, begin by solving the first one. Question 1 says integral of x squared cos x dx. The I method here is just simply rule a table. This D here stands for differentiation, while this I here stands for integration. Now the next thing is to know the one to differentiate and you know the one to integrate. Now we have to differentiate x squared because x squared is easily differentiated, and we have to integrate cos x. Then another logic is to alternate the signs, just alternating signs like that till it gets to 0, till you differentiate and it gets to 0, then you stop. So why we are taking x squared is that when we differentiate x squared, we can easily get a 0 at the end. Then that will be the end of the process. Now, if you differentiate x squared, you get 2x. If you integrate cos x, you get a sin x. Now, why that is like that is when you do dx of cos x and integral of cos x. If you differentiate cos x, you get a negative sin x. Why if you integrate cos x, you get a positive sin x. So that is why we are having a positive sin x here. Now we move on, alternating the sign again, plus. Now if you differentiate 2x, you get 2. If you integrate sin x, you get minus cos x. Minus is the next sign now. If you differentiate 2, you get 0. While if you integrate cos x, neglecting the minus sign first, if you integrate this, you get sin x. Now this minus sign will come. So the process has ended because we now have a 0 here. Now the last thing is to link your arrows. Linking your arrows like this. Link them like this, like this, like this. That's all. Now the final answer is going to be like this. Take this d and I, which is x squared sine x. Now this and this. Now minus times minus is plus 2x cos x. Plus times minus is minus. We have 2 sine x plus c. That's the constant. That will be the answer for number 1 question. Now without wasting time, we move on to question 2. Question 1 has been solved by using the I method. We have this as number 2 question. We rule a table. The same process, D and I, where D stands for differentiation and I stands for integration. Alternating the signs, don't forget, this is very, very important. Alternating the signs is very important. Now we have to differentiate x squared and integrate exponential 2x. When we integrate this, you get 1. Integrate that, you get 1. If you differentiate x, you get 1. If you integrate exponential 2x, you get exponential 2x over 2. Now if you differentiate 1, which is a constant, you get 0, which is it's a standard formula. If you differentiate any constant, you get 0. Now if you differentiate this further, you get exponential 2x over 4, whereby the denominator is adding by 2, by this power here 2. Why this one is kept constant, the top one is kept constant, why this one here is multiplied by 2. Then we have a 0 here. The process has ended. Now we link our arrows. That's all. Now the final answer is x exponential 2x over 2 minus will come. Now we're having exponential 2x over 4. Maybe we know this is 1 and 1 cannot be here. It's already 1 times this. It will also give us exponential 2x over 4. Then plus c. Don't forget to add your plus c to show that it's an integration question. So that is the answer for question 2. Now move on to solve the last question. Ruling a table as usual. Di. We have to solve integral of x squared exponential x dx. Without wasting much time, we know the one to differentiate already. We have to differentiate x squared and to integrate exponential x, which x squared is easily differentiated. If you differentiate x squared, you get 2x. If you integrate exponential x, you get an exponential x. Is a natural law, meaning it's a standard formula. The standard formula, when you integrate exponential x, dx of exponential x is equal to exponential s is equal to exponential x. Exponential x is raised to the power. Meaning, if you integrate exponential x, you get exponential s. If you differentiate exponential x, you get an exponential x. That is that. So we move on, alternating the sign plus. If you do this, you get 2. Continuing, you get exponential x again. Now, do for that, you get a minus. Do for that, you get minus. If you differentiate a constant, you get 0. If you integrate exponential x, you keep getting exponential x. Now it is a 0 here. The process has ended. Now we link our arrows. Don't forget to link your arrows. This to this, then this to this. That's the end. Then we connect them together. Exponential x minus 2x exponential x plus 2 exponential x plus c. That's our final answer. This is our final answer to the last question. Now take note, this DI method only work for questions that you will see x squared, such that when you differentiate this x squared, you will easily get a 0. You will easily get a 0, like we will be getting 0 in all the 3 questions we solve. We will be getting a 0. Now also note that this DI method is not going to work for questions like this. Exponential cos x. It's not going to work. It will not work. It's not going to work for questions like this. Exponential x to exponential x. Questions like this, the DI method will not work. The only method that's going to work for that is using the formula. You use the formula, which is u dv equal uv minus integral of v du. This is the formula for solving integration by part. Either you use this DI method, in a tabular manner, or you use the formula to solve this question. When you solve these 3 questions using this same formula, you will also get the same answer that you get when using this DI method. You can check at your own leisure time. Thank you. That'll be all for now.